Hello guys, this is Ms. Hernandez. I'm going to be teaching you how to code in the ICD-10 book. You'll either be seeing this for my class if you're in my class, or this video might be posted onto Mrs. C's or Mrs. Marshall's class. So let's just get started. So the diagnosis that is given is tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy, and more specific, it's on the right side. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to find that and then how to code it. So in order to find a code, you have to find your main term and then your subterm. So main term and subterm. You guys can always write it down ahead of time when you start, and then once you guys get more used to it, you guys will be able to just look at your diagnosis and be able to see, okay, my main term is this, and then my subterm is this. But for this one, I'm going to show you guys the exact breakdown and how to do it so you guys can get used to it. So in this diagnosis, my main term, it's what stands out the most. So tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy, right side. So what pops out the most to you? So it's pregnancy. All right, so now for my subterm, look at your diagnosis and see what goes with your pregnancy. What makes your pregnancy stand out, basically. So tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy, right side. So if you guys guessed tubal, it's correct, okay? Because it's telling you that it's a pregnancy, but it's telling you what type of pregnancy it is, which is a tubal. So my subterm would be tubal. Okay, so that means the pregnancy or the egg got fertilized, but it got fertilized in the tube. Okay, so it's not a viable pregnancy. So once I find that, I can start looking at it in the book. So here's my ICD-10 book. This is what it looks like. This is the 2019 version. There is 2020 now, but we can still use these. Not much has been updated. So the way this book works is that in the front, in the light gray area, right here, you'll see that this is the index. So how it works is that it's alphabetized. So this is where you look for your main term. Your main term is always in bold, and then your subterm is always what's underneath right here in regular writing. So I'm going to go to pregnancy, and it is in alphabetical order, so that's how I'm going to look for it. All right, so if you notice, there's a lot of pregnancies. I found it. It's in bold. So now I need to look for my subterm, which my subterm is tubal. So again, the subterms are all alphabetized. So this is the A's, B's, C's, D's. So I'm going to go all the way to the T's. All right. So once I find pregnancy, I'm looking for my tubal, which is right here, my T's. Right here. So I found it on page 262. So it's pregnancy, tubal, and then the reference code is the little code that it gives you on the side, which is right here. And it gave me 000.10. So now I'm going to go to that reference code. If you guys look at your books, you guys will notice once you get to the colored sections, those are your chapters. They're in also alphabetical order, so these are the A's, and so on and so forth. So since it referred me to 000, that's where I'm going. Alright, so I'm at the O's, and I found it, O00.1, so it's Tubal. So now I got to go and really look at the specific code that it gave me and find it. So remember, my diagnosis is tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy, right side. You're not always going to find your codes word for word, so you kind of got to look and see through the descriptions and which one goes the most with your diagnosis that they gave you. So they gave me O00.10. So that's tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy. So far so good. Mine was a little more detailed. If you guys can remember, mine told me the right side. So I look under their little sub-diagnoses right here, and I do see a right and a left. So there's a right and a left. So mine would be tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy. So right tubal pregnancy without intrauterine pregnancy. So my code would be O00.101 because I found the right side. It's right here. So now I would code that. So my code is O00.101. Remember, especially with the O codes, if you ever have an O and a 0 next to each other, make sure you put a slash on the zeros, because that'll be easier to distinguish, especially if you write it down on a piece of paper. You're able to tell. As you guys can see, I did O00.101. So it's a lot easier to distinguish between an O and a 0. So always remember to do that. That's it for finding codes. If you guys have any questions, concerns, either text me, or if you guys have Miss Marshall or Miss C, just make sure you let them know that you have, maybe you want a little more help, and either they can give you my number or they're more than experienced to be able to help you in finding a code. So thank you.